Every single time I water my plants, a little cloud of tiny black flies lifts up off the soil like I just disturbed a crime scene. If you've got houseplants and you started to notice these things drifting around your windows or near your face and hanging out in the soil, these are fungus gnats. And today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I'm doing to get rid of them. And I want to be completely upfront with you. I'm not a pest control expert. I'm a guy who let things get a little out of hand and then had to go and try to figure things out to fix it. So if you're in the same boat as I am, then let's figure this out together. First, let's talk about what these actually are, because I had it wrong for the longest time. I assumed fungus gnats were basically fruit flies. They're not fruit flies. They're not those flies hanging around in your kitchen, around your bananas. Fungus gnats live in plant soil. The adults flying around, those are the least of your worries. They only live for about a week. The real issue is happening underground. The adults lay eggs in about the top inch of your soil, and the larvae hatch and feed off of the organic matter and fungus down there. In big numbers, they can start nibbling at your plant's roots too. And that's when a nuisance turns into an actual threat. So why do we have them? Well, this is the part that stung a little for me. Fungus gnats need one thing to thrive: consistently moist soil. That top inch of soil, or that top inch of your dirt staying damp all the time, that's basically a 5-star resort for them. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I have a history of loving my plants a little too much with the watering can. So the gnats weren't really the problem, they're just the symptom. My watering habits built them a home. Let me tell you what I tried first, because you can skip the mistakes I made. I tried small gravel on the top layer of soil. That didn't work because it kept the soil moist underneath the gravel, so that was not very useful. I tried swatting them away. I tried spraying the adults. I also tried letting it just ride, hoping they'd leave. The short version is going after the adults flying around does almost absolutely nothing because you're ignoring the eggs and the larvae sitting in the soil. It's like bailing water out of a boat without patching the hole. Here's the approach that's actually making a difference for me. It comes down to attacking this on 2 fronts at once: the adults and the larvae, while fixing the conditions that let them move in. Front 1, dry that top layer out. The single biggest thing you can do is let that 1 to 2 inches of soil dry out completely between waterings. Gnats need that moisture to breed. Take it away from them and you break that cycle. To water without re-soaking the top, I've switched to bottom watering, setting the pot in a tray of water and letting it drink up that water from the bottom holes for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on about how big the pot is and about how much soil there is. So the roots get a drink, but the surface stays dry. Front number 2 is using sticky traps. Those little yellow sticky cards, those little cards are genuinely satisfying. They don't fix the root problems. They give you a visual on whether things are getting better or worse. If the trap fills up fast, you've still got work to do. And front number 3, and this is the one that's going after the larva directly. The larva treatment I actually used mosquito bits worked into the top layer of soil or steeped into your watering water. Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. I went with the Captain Jack's and sometimes the mosquito bits. The idea is to hit the larvae where they live so that you're not playing whack-a-mole with the adults forever. So, where are things now? Been a few weeks now, and it's been better than it's ever been before. I contribute a lot of that to the recent thrips outbreak that my plants had. I have a whole video on that saga, and you can watch that one here. I'll add the link. But the quick recap is, I had to do a thorough head-to-toe treatment on most all of my plants. And it took me a while, but the upside is that my fungus gnat issue is better now. I'll be straight with you, it's not fully resolved yet, and I'd rather show you in real time than pretend I fixed it in an afternoon. Going forward, prevention is really just better habits. Let the soil dry out more than feels comfortable. Consider a top layer of something fast drying on your gnat-prone pots. If you bring new plants home, keep an eye on them for the first couple of weeks, because a lot of the gnat problems they're hitching a ride in on brand new plants and freshly opened bags of soil. And here's the thing I keep coming back to. Almost every gnat problem traces back to the same root cause. And it's the exact thing that quietly kills more houseplants than any pest. That's overwatering. And it's what I'm digging into in the next video. If you've ever wondered if you're loving your plants a little too hard, that one's for you. See you over there.